On the 14th of September 2025, at a test track in Papenburg, Germany, a car built in China drove through a measured kilometer at 308.4 miles per hour. That number matters for several reasons beyond the sheer spectacle of it. The previous holder of the fastest production car record on Earth was the Bugatti Chiron Supersport, one of the most celebrated engineering achievements in the history of the internal combustion engine, backed by the full resources of the Volkswagen Group. And it had achieved 304.8 miles per hour in 2019. The car that broke its record in 2025 was not made by Ferrari or Koenigsegg or any European or American manufacturer. It was the Yangwang U9 Extreme, made by BYD, a company whose products Elon Musk laughed at on Bloomberg television in October 2011, saying he did not see them as a competitor to Tesla and that he did not think they had a great product. Top Gear named the U9 Extreme's record run its moment of the year for 2026, with editor-in-chief Jack Ricks writing that the car makes everything with a combustion engine look a bit weak, and that beating Bugatti at its own game is probably just the beginning. The same week that record was set,
Well, BYD is on track to overtake Tesla as the world's biggest seller of electric vehicles.
BYD was on track to outsell Tesla by more than 600,000 all-electric vehicles for the full year of 2025. Both things happened, and they happened together because they come from the same place. Let's establish the scale of what has happened to the global electric vehicle industry over the past 2 years, because the numbers are necessary before anything else makes sense. BYD sold 2.26 million battery electric vehicles in 2025, a 28% increase year on year. Tesla sold 1.64 million, a decline of approximately 9% from the previous year. BYD outsold Tesla in pure electric vehicles by more than 600,000 units and sold 4.55 million vehicles in total, including its plug-in hybrids. In Q2 2026, BYD delivered 557,000 vehicles versus Tesla's 480,000, continuing the pattern of BYD pulling ahead on volume. BYD's overseas sales surpassed 1 million units for the first time in 2025, up 150% from the previous year, driven primarily by strong demand in Europe and Southeast Asia. The company Elon Musk laughed at in 2011 is now the largest seller of electric vehicles on Earth. And the car it built to celebrate that position can do 308 miles per hour in Germany on a Friday afternoon. The U9 Extreme is the most extreme version of the story, but the story of BYD's engineering starts considerably below that price point and considerably closer to everyday driving. The standard Yangwang U9, which costs approximately $230,000 produces 1,287 horsepower across 4 independent electric motors, one per wheel. The platform is called E4. Each motor drives its own wheel completely independently, which means the car's software can apply different torque to every corner simultaneously in real time, producing a level of chassis control that no mechanical differential can match. The Disu's X active suspension system goes further than anything previously seen in a production car. 4 independent hydraulic cylinders can apply over 1 ton of lifting force per wheel, meaning that when the driver presses the jump button, all 4 corners compress simultaneously and the entire car leaves the ground. Videos of this went viral globally. So did the dance mode, in which the suspension syncs to the rhythm of music playing through the car's system and bounces each corner independently to the beat. BYD demonstrated the U9 being driven unmanned at over 70 miles per hour into a field of metal spikes, launching airborne and landing without damage. They also demonstrated it driving 3 wheels at full speed after the 4th tyre suffered a blowout, the Daisu system at redistributing forces to the remaining corners in milliseconds. The Yangwang U8 is the SUV version of this platform and represents something that the global automotive industry genuinely had not seen before in a production vehicle available to consumers. It weighs 7,700 pounds, produces 1,197 horsepower, and performs a tank turn, rotating 360 degrees on a fixed point without moving forward or backward, by spinning the left wheels forward while the right wheels spin backward simultaneously, each driven by its own independent motor. It executes crab walk by turning all four wheels to the same angle at once and moving the vehicle diagonally across any surface. And in flood conditions, it enters a separate operating mode entirely. The engine cuts, the suspension rises to its maximum height, the windows seal, the sunroof opens as an emergency exit, and the vehicle begins to float. It can travel on water for up to 30 minutes at approximately 2 miles per hour, propelled by its wheel motors spinning against the surface, and can execute a full tank turn while floating. This is a production SUV that consumers in China are already driving. While BYD was building the flagship end of its range toward a speed record and a flotation mode, other Chinese manufacturers were moving at comparable speed in adjacent directions. IM Motors, a brand that emerged from a joint venture involving Alibaba, SAIC Motor, and Zhangjiang High-Tech, produced the L6 sedan and equipped its top trim with a semi-solid-state battery, delivering 621 miles of range on a single charge, with 400 kilowatt peak charging capability that adds 250 miles in 12 minutes. Toyota has been publicly promising solid-state batteries will enter production for a decade. IM Motors shipped a semi-solid-state battery to customers in a production car in 2025, before Toyota had reached the same milestone. The same car produces 787 horsepower in its top configuration, accelerates to 60 miles per hour in 2.74 seconds, and executes crab walk and autonomous parking using its vehicle motion control system. Its base price is approximately $30,000 US. The performance it offers at that price point has no equivalent in the Western market. NIO's approach to the range anxiety problem is structurally different from every other EV manufacturer in the world. Rather than competing primarily on charging speed, NIO built a network of battery swap stations across China, now numbering over 2,400 locations, where a robot replaces an empty battery pack with a fully charged one in 144 seconds. The driver stays in the car. No cable, no waiting, faster than filling a petrol tank. Each station stores up to 23 battery packs and can process hundreds of swaps per day, powered by LiDAR guidance, AI scheduling, and in many locations, solar energy. NIO is expanding this network beyond China into Europe and other markets. The company's flagship ET9 sedan demonstrates active suspension technology that reads road conditions and adjusts independently at each wheel within 1 millisecond. NIO placed champagne glasses on the bonnet of the ET9 and drove it over speed bumps at speed. None of the glasses moved. They then connected the suspension system to a smartphone via Bluetooth and played a tabletop football game on the bonnet using only the car's body control system. These are demonstrations of real technology, not concepts, and the ET9 is currently on sale. The numbers behind all of this tell a story about industrial capacity that is hard to overstate. BYD employs more than 95,000 engineers and researchers in research and development alone. It manufactures its own battery cells through its blade battery technology, its own electric motors, its own semiconductors, and now its own silicon carbide power chips. This level of vertical integration means that when BYD decides to improve a component of its vehicles, it does not need to negotiate with a supplier. It redesigns, tests, and manufactures the component internally and deploys it across its entire vehicle lineup. The speed of iteration this enables has no direct parallel in the Western automotive industry, where design, engineering, and manufacturing are distributed across dozens of suppliers with their own development timelines and contractual cycles. The tariff and trade restriction picture is what keeps most of this technology inaccessible to consumers in the United States and to a lesser extent in Britain and Europe. The US applies tariffs of over 100% on Chinese-made electric vehicles, which makes it commercially impossible for BYD or any other Chinese EV brand to sell at a competitive price in the American market. Britain and the European Union have applied their own lower but still significant tariff measures. The result is a situation where consumers in China, Southeast Asia, parts of Europe, and Latin America are already driving vehicles that perform feats the Western automotive industry has not yet produced, at price points the Western industry cannot currently match, while consumers in the US remain effectively cut off from the products by trade policy. The policy debate about whether that protectionism is sustainable long-term is ongoing. What is not debatable is that the cars exist, that they are being bought by hundreds of thousands of people, and that the technology behind them is advancing at a pace the Western industry is watching, with a combination of concern and, in some cases, active partnership. BYD itself recorded 4.55 million total vehicle sales in 2025. It delivered 557,000 vehicles in a single quarter of 2026. The U9 Extreme that set the world speed record at 308 miles per hour in Germany was named Top Gear's Moment of the Year. The same company is simultaneously selling family sedans in China for the equivalent of £15,000. The speed record and the affordable family car are not contradictions. They are both products of the same industrial investment, the same battery technology, the same electric motor expertise, and the same commitment to vertical integration that BYD has been building since it was founded as a rechargeable battery manufacturer in 1994. In 2011, Elon Musk laughed. In 2025, BYD sold 600,000 more pure electric vehicles than Tesla. The car industry has not seen a reversal of this scale in a generation.